welcome to another episode of Husbands Watching Housewives. I'm Scott.
And I'm Jeff.
And we just watched an episode of The Real Housewives of New York.
We did, but before that, happy birthday!
Happy birthday! Yeah, we went out to a nice steak dinner. I had a couple Manhattans. May have gotten a little cozy on the couch. I did not fall asleep. I was resting my eyes.
Right, resting your eyes.
I could hear everything that was going on. I could hear Erin whining about everything. Where did that come from?
Nowhere.
Like from the top of the episodes, I'm mad at Jenna. It's like, what? Why?
So much is like happening off camera. So much happening on camera.
So,
but no, it's your birthday. It's a great day. It's like one of my favorite holidays.
Hardly a holiday, but
it's a holiday for me because it's like the day of the person I love.
Oh, you're so sweet. Oh, thank you very much. Before we, I forget the word, before we fet me anymore and celebrate me, we're going to celebrate you, our viewer, our listeners. Thanks for listening. Thanks for subscribing. And if you haven't yet subscribe, follow, do all those fun things that social media loves because it makes us feel good. It makes you feel good. And then it makes us know that we're going to do it anyway. We don't need the validation.
It'd be nice, engagement. We have a story about that.
We do.
Yeah.
We met a friend
Friend of a friend.
Yeah. Hi, Tony.
Yes. We had no idea that he was into Housewives. And we're like, oh, okay. And we started talking. And it's funny because, like, you and I, we have our opinions and like they're very similar. And, sometimes it's kind of like preaching to the choir on this podcast. And so we're not really confronted with opposite opinions. And so when that happened, we were talking, he's like, blah, blah, blah. I like so-and-so. And we're like, what?
Well, I don't know if we were as much as like, what? As much as like, oh, whatever.
Whatever.
We were a little harsh about it.
They were. But it's funny because, like we say, one of the reasons we started this podcast is because, we're very civil and we have like, very reasonable opinions and we wanted to hear others,
Yeah, we didn't want to just take the party line or like, get stuck in one camp or the other and be like, oh, we hate so-and-so and blah, blah, blah. We didn't want to be that polarizing, But
when we were presenting with somebody who has a different opinion, we were just like, no. And I felt like we could have like, engaged more and be like, why are you a tree hugger?
Right. I mean,
because we've said on this podcast, I think, we'd like to meet somebody like and really see, like, why do you like her so much? Or any housewife that we this story like why is that your favorite? Why did you get to that? To that place.
Exactly. I mean, let me preface. I mean, we were right. He was wrong. I mean, let's just put it that way. But hearing we could have been better as to finding out why he was more partial to Housewives that we aren't necessarily, and vice versa. He was very fine.
Well, he was also like shocked. We were like, we like Tamara. He's like, what? Like, So it's funny. It remained civil, but I think we were kind of like just like we both. On both ends, like shut it down. Like, no, you're just crazy.
Yeah.
But we, still were able to like have a nice brunch.
Absolutely. Play a lot of Rubik's Cube. It was great. It was great. So yeah, we'll hopefully, if that things go well, we didn't completely, alienate him. We'll have not watched on a time. It'd be great.
Yeah.
So, but actually that leads quite well into everything that everyone after last week's New York episode was just like, oh my God, it was so boring. New York is so boring. Bring back the old New York. Oh my God. Yeah. And it's like, like first off, old New York is gone. It's done for. Like, it's the same way Nene's not coming back to Atlanta. Old New York's, I'm not saying never say never. I'm just saying right now, this is the New York we have.
Right.
So everyone out there, quit whining and moaning about
like
old New York.
Wouldn't have gone through all this trouble to reboot the show and relaunch it and rebrand it if they weren't going to stick with it. No, I mean, of course, like if it doesn't make the money, if it's like totally nosediving the ratings, they will not continue on. But even if that does happen, they're not going to just be like, okay, Brenda, come on down.
And they're not going to be like, oh, Twitter user, Jenna4578, she says this is boring. We should cancel the whole damn thing.
Exactly. Bring back Ramona.
Yeah.
So Ramona doesn't want to do the show anymore.
And do we really want Ramona?
No, we don't. Yeah. So
I mean, give the show a chance. Like, it's only the second season. Like, it may not be giving everything that the other shows are giving, but we got to give it time. I'm sure if you go back and watch the second season of the original New York, it wasn't people weren't fanatics about it. Yeah, it was something new and fresh and different that this may not be, but we also have so many years of precedent to compare this against that let them find their voice, let them find their way.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of the comments that I was reading was about, everything being about the show and not so much about their actual lives. And I don't disagree with that. But at the same time, people making these people making the comments may be unique about it, but the different bloggers out there who've been posting and all the different accounts, they're posting similar things about other franchises too. So it's not like this is unique to New York. It's unique New York. It's also not like this isn't the problem that other franchises have. It's just that other franchises are at different points in their maturity, and other franchises have different things going on right now. So let New York, and let's not worry about it. And also, let's not call for people to be fired. Let's not call, that goes for all the franchises. Just because so-and-so's boring this week, it's like, save the calls for people being fired for when they really step in it and they really, problematically, have, say something out of line,
Well, they could say that about a lot of Housewives too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying, just because it's boring last week doesn't mean it's boring every week. And if you're not enjoying it, well, maybe this isn't the franchise for you.
Mm-hmm.
But, to sit there and just keep railing against it is like boring. It's like, you're boring. Get out of here.
No, it has to find its way. It can't just, automatically be iconic.
Yeah.
I think I like that it's low stakes drama. I like that it, there's some fun to it. They do stress a lot about the friendships. I see that kind of point of view about why is that so much a focus as opposed to personal stories and drama. But I don't know. That's just what happens to be for this season, and I'm sure we'll see other stuff. And there is personal drama. Hello, Erin is according to her, has a lot of personal drama. So I don't know. I think it's gotta kind of gel and figure itself out. And so far, though, I'm enjoying this season.
Well, and maybe maybe going through this is part of the process. They're all, they are all coworkers. On all these shows, they're coworkers. For anyone to sit there and think that more than a couple on each show are actually best friends is ridiculous.
Yeah.
It would be great if that was the case. And maybe, I don't think that the original Housewives of New York were all besties all the time. They may have run in similar circles and seen each other at events, and that may have felt more authentic. But it took them time to get to where they were when we loved them. So
to build relationships.
Yeah. And so if that's what it's going to take this cast of worrying about who's best and who's treating the friendships, genuinely or whatever amongst themselves, and let's let them do that. And let's go with them for that ride and appreciate what it is. And again, if that's not something you appreciate, then go watch Below Deck. I don't know.
Deck.
So, but yeah, and we pointed out a couple episodes ago that they are really concerned with who's the best friend, who's treating each other well, or was that Salt Lake? Salt Lake gets very
much about that. This is more so about we're all so close, and but I'm close to her and I'm close to her, but she's not treating the friendship well, and it's little small things. I called Jenna poor. It's and then that ruined our friendship, and it's then that friendship didn't have a lot of strength to it. But we'll get
there.
Thing. So,
but this episode was interesting. I mean, I liked it. I liked that it was Psy forward.
I like that it started with a Psy.
Yeah.
And I feel like a lot of people said she was boring last year. I think it was really interesting, touching story. And so many people, it's death is hard, especially when you have a
less than perfect relationship
with your mother or your parent or whoever died, and they die, and then you're kind of reconciling with the fact that they died, and then that you would never be able to totally get to a great place with that.
Mm-hmm.
But I think she was fine with her mom, but her mom was really struggling,
right?
So she wasn't at peace. So that meant the relationship wasn't at peace, and so now it's been 2 years later, and what to do with the ashes, and it's just really rough, and just to see that play out. Up at her
to see her aunt just reach into the bag and grab some sister and throw it. Yeah, I will.
Nope. That is a person.
Yeah.
You have a person's bone fragments, whatever, all over your fingers.
I was thinking about it because we're supposed to spread my mom's ashes under a redwood tree. We haven't done it yet. She died 5 years ago now.
2019.
2019, yeah. So, and we still haven't done it. We'll do it eventually sometime. That tree ain't going nowhere. But like when the time comes, I mean, hate to say it, I'm gonna treat it like, oh, I was gonna say like dirty underwear almost, but like that, but like that, you know, it's gonna be at arm's length, and I'm not gonna be like, let me play with it.
You're gonna like shimmy it out, shimmy those ashes out.
Yeah.
Dirty.
Well, no, but
dirty.
But it's more like the bag's like, it's a dead body, you know.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be like that, Kongs.
More like a nice shovel. Like I feel like.
I think it'll be a corner of the pouch gets cut, and we just then
swirl it over. She was like, sticking her hand, and I was like, oh. She's like, no, it's okay.
I mean,
I love her. It's my sister. It's Barbara. It's like, I don't care who it is. That was still a person. And you're. That's gonna be underneath your fingernails forever.
Oh, thank you. I didn't.
And then she like wiped it on everybody. That was so funny. Though.
I mean, that was funny. I mean, once you're in it, I guess it becomes less.
Yeah, it's like you have the sadness and the grieving, and the kids are crying, and then you go to like the humor of it. It was a nice little arc.
Yeah. I thought it was also nice to see Sai kind of being proud of her accomplishment of having that house upstate, and having renovated it slowly, and making it exactly the way she wanted.
Right.
I also learned that Sai believes in daytime clothes that should not be on beds.
That I've never heard that phrase, daytime clothes. We've heard outdoor clothes, but
I think they're interchangeable. I think that they're one and the same.
I guess what she's saying, like, unless you're wearing your pajamas, you should not be on the bed.
Yeah, like I don't want your germy clothes from outside.
Right, even like wearing around all day.
Yeah. Like especially if you've been rolling around on my mother.
Yeah.
Which
that was before. That
I know,
was
but I'm just saying, if that's what she's doing, who knows what else she's been touching. I'm just saying. So
poor aunt, whatever her name is.
It's
Safi Sudi.
It's like Sophie, but it's Sufi. S-U-F-I-E. Yeah. Because I kept thinking, is she saying Sufi?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, there are times when like you will like have your feet on the bed and you have your shoes on, but I've gotten over that.
I always keep my like the soles like kind of hanging off the side. The soles are never on the bed.
Right.
They're like hanging off the side. Or I like make sure to arc my feet in a way that like the soles, the part that touch the dirty world is never like actually on the bed.
Well, the entire shoe is such the dirty world because like
but the back, like the heel of the shoe hasn't.
It's all like you're down on the ground in that shoe.
I mean, all I know is when I put my shoes on in the morning, I put them tongue down on the bed, and then I put them on because I'm not flexible and I can't put them on the floor.
Oh,
I'm old.
You're not.
I'm 47. And my hips don't work. They don't lie, but they don't work.
And I'm 45, but it's okay.
I'm not a flexible human being. I that's the one thing that, growing up, I was like, I'm tall and skinny, and I can't touch my toes. That's never going to backfire on me. And now it's backfiring. Apparently, all I have to do is go to the gym more often.
You should.
Yeah.
You should.
Yeah. Shouldn't we?
Yeah. This is my gym water bottle, but I brought it up because it's Blockbuster, and I thought that was kind of 90s. Be kind of...
Oh, that's smart. Yeah. It's had a little 90s flair to it, this show. Yeah. I liked that Jessel had to explain, or I guess more just patronize Pavitt about the movie.
And the fact that Jenna hadn't seen, like, who are these people? It was a phenomenon. I know, like,
Jenna
they were
busy at sex clubs, so that's why she couldn't...
In the 90s.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, yeah. Yeah, okay, we'll go with that. But Pavitt, like, the fact that he's from LA, like, has he seen Fast Times at Ridgemont High? Like, what? I don't understand.
Yeah, I don't understand.
Pavitt's also, you can be into Star Wars and into Clueless, or at least have seen it.
I'm into Star Trek, very much so, and I've seen Clueless millions of times.
Millions.
So, I don't know, I don't get it either. But I think before we go there, Racquel and Ubah had a little home visit.
Oh, yeah.
That was interesting, too.
Oh, it was nice.
Yeah, Ubah showed off her artistic skills, which...
Didn't know she had.
I didn't know she had. I didn't think that they were all that unique. I did like a lot of the pieces. They looked very similar.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind a couple. Mm-hmm. Like, we need some art around here. I mean, other than this wonderful, art installation, living art installation. But I I liked what she was doing there. It was good. And then Ubah said one of my favorite things of the episode.
What?
Which was, there's no beef in my freezer, only fish. Or in my fridge.
She's like, I've only got, yeah. I think it was kind of like a dad joke.
I think that's why I liked it. I'm 47 now, and I'm dad joke aged.
We both are. Yeah. But yeah, no, what I liked, yes, that was funny. I liked that she was really interesting enough in this, day and age, talking about being an immigrant and being like, dreaming of like coming here and to America and having all these dreams and like, being able to fulfill them and kind of being like, don't screw it up for us immigrants.
Right.
It's like, it's timely.
Yeah, very timely.
Yes.
There's definitely, like those of you, a lot of Americans do take America for granted.
Yes.
And especially, I think there's a rhetoric out there that says any immigrant, well, I guess the whole rhetoric is that illegal immigrants are making it bad, but, the good immigrants, the good kind of immigrant, they're doing fine. But, hearing that come from someone who fought hard to be in America,
right.
It does kind of put a perspective on things that like, yeah, we do take a little for granted.
Yes. And we should vote.
Yeah.
By the way, everyone should go out and vote.
Yes.
I think, I haven't checked, but I'm assuming there won't be an episode of New York next week because of the...
I'm assuming the same thing.
So, yes.
There'll probably be like a recap of last season, just some throwaway episode. Like, here's what happened so far.
Maybe it'll show some legacy for people who like are dying for it.
Or it's just be Andy drunk. Let's watch the bullet.
That's our New Year's Eve.
Well, Cooper's going to be busy. Anderson's going to be busy,
right?
Actually working, I'm sure. So.
Oh, he works. Dealing with a drunk Andy is work, I'm sure.
Yeah. So then, then did it really just get to the party at that point?
There was stuff with, they had that shopping for outfits that were not Clueless, but Clueless adjacent.
Yes.
With Jessel and Erin and Brynn.
Oh,
where they just like talk smack about
that's where and
Ubah.
Yeah. I just need to jump right to the fact that none of Jessel's outfits were actually from Clueless.
Except the last one.
Right.
So we'll never know what the fourth one because we didn't see it because apparently it probably went on too long for some people. But yeah, they were just like, it's a cute outfit. It looks kind of 90-ish. I wore some knee highs.
Yeah, like
it's Clueless. But no, that's not actually it. Also, if you're going to be like, I'm the star of this, why not wear the iconic yellow and black,
Right.
Yeah.
I don't get it. So, I mean, in that regard, everyone else who came to the party was so much better dressed.
Well, not Rebecca.
No, Rebecca did look like she was coming to the funeral.
She did
But the fact that Jenna showed up as Nick Tortelli or, whoever her dad is.
Yes.
I forget his name.
Jim's dad. Mel?
No, but what's the actor's name? I used to know it.
What was Nick Tortelli?
Nick Tortelli was that actor played Carla's husband on Cheers.
Oh, okay.
They did a spinoff of Cheers. It was a horrible, horrible show, but you wanted to watch it because it was funny. He was funny, but the rest...
He passed away like some time ago.
Yeah. He was good. He was a good guy.
He was a good...
especially as Cher's dad.
Yes. Perfect.
And Jenna did a good job. I thought that was also playing to your strengths. She likes to dress, masculine and androgynous,
Very cute. Love the glasses.
Went a little overboard on all
the phone. Put the phone down.
Yeah, and all the you're being sued, and it's like, you don't need a shtick the entire night.
No.
Like the first two things, maybe.
Yeah.
But then what Erin wore clearly from the movie, and as
the driving test. Yeah.
Yep. And Brynn, what she wore, clearly either she had from another Clueless party or she rented it at a costume shop. Like, no one has that
hat. No.
I
feel like was the best dressed. It's not because she's my favorite, but I feel like it was just dead on of that one look that Staten Dash wore as Dion. Like, it was just perfect.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. 1,000,000% on that. So
Jessel only did like the Elia dress at the end.
Yeah.
Dress, which is like, okay. Her hair and makeup were great. As you pointed out, she has some new chompers.
She does have new chompers. I don't know why I didn't notice them before.
I didn't either until you pointed it out.
These aren't new to this episode, but I definitely started Googling it, and I think they happened earlier this year in 2024. Oh, no, because when did they film this?
Earlier this year.
Yeah, so I think people, either way, the articles I was seeing was dated like this summer. Yeah, like she had been seen maybe with the new teeth and everything. But it's not that they're bad teeth. I think anytime anyone gets a perfect set of teeth, that they're just noticeable. And it does change your
facial shape.
Yeah.
Because you're putting in like
when
Frank.
Oh yeah, or even when Margaret pat her mouth, and it changes your mouth, the way your lips lay, all that stuff. Like if I got new teeth, I have super tiny teeth, so if I got like giant teeth, my mouth and my face would look different.
Totally different. It would shift to everything.
Yeah, it would just be bizarre. So I don't think she got teeth that were too big for her. I just think that, like, as veneers go, there's a uniformity to them, and that
it probably have to get used to talking with the new one. It's like you can see it in her confessionals, like it's she sounds a bit different. I don't know. Yeah.
Right.
But she looks great, and it's like again, hair and makeup were great, and the choppers, but like the outfits were Clueless adjacent and not actually Clueless.
Yeah. Well, irony for sure.
Yes.
I guess as far as housewife glow up, second season glow ups go, like most of the housewives get the breasts. She just got teeth. So.
Yes.
That's a fair.
Well, because she's not like a boobylicious person, so it'd be weird if she was like, here's my povet, here's my cleavage povet.
I really like between chompers and boobylicious. I like the way we're going on this.
She's not shimmying on.
Right.
There's something else that Papa did. Oh, at the party when someone was like, how do you know Jessel? I'm her husband. Seriously?
That person deserves an award. But yeah, does it really, was the real drama of the episode just coming down to Erin having sudden beef with Jenna?
Yeah, because there wasn't anything. Brandon refused to interact. Well, let's go there for a second.
Yeah.
Brandon didn't interact with Ubah and vice versa. Although Ubah has no beef. And then Brent up and leaves the damn party. Like, how did
you get a spray tan?
Like, get your spray tan. Like, I scheduled it for 9:40. Well, schedule it for 9:40 the next day.
Yeah.
You were shooting an episode of a job for your job.
Right.
And you're going to leave this your workplace to get a spray tan. Like,
no, she's just hanging out with her friends. Even still, that would be bad, right? You wouldn't just be like, peace out and leave to your party. I'm going to go to spray tan. I'm going to get
a good friend, supposedly best birthday party.
Yeah.
And then you're like, nope. Can't do it. Gotta get the spray tan at Butter Sugar or whatever.
Can you believe that Jessel was turning 41?
No.
I'm 6 years older than Jessel.
It's okay. It's all okay.
Is it? I don't know. 47.
It's not 87.
Well, I'm never to make it to 87.
You have to. I need to see you to the 80s.
All right, we'll talk about
both of us. We gotta make it.
Well, now, we'll have some incentive, I'm sure.
Yeah.
So, but overall, I don't think it. It wasn't the most exciting episode.
Well, I know. We have to go back to the fight that we don't. No, not the fight. It's the hard feelings or the upset feelings or the sensitivity. I'm a Cancer, I have a hard shell, but I'm soft on the inside. Like, I don't understand where Erin was coming from.
I don't either.
And the whole breakdown of we were so close. When were you so close? And now we're not close all of a sudden, starting this episode, we're not close.
It seemed to be more that Erin was having a reaction to Jenna being fake, because that came up. She's like, oh, it's so fake. She's like hanging out with Sai, and she's hanging out, how are the two of them hanging out?
When Sai supposedly hates her.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, girl, because it's our job to do that right now.
So move on from things.
So, and what's weird as well is Erin seems so middle of the road reasonable with everything. So it just seems out of character to all of a sudden be demanding blind loyalty.
And you haven't reached out to me. I've been going through so many things. And it's like, well, have you reached out to her to say you hurt my feelings? This is a recurring thing with Racquel this episode. You are pissed at somebody tell them. Like, Ubah wouldn't go to Brynn, Erin wouldn't go to Jenna. It's like, and meanwhile, poor Racquel's like sitting there like, come on.
Yeah.
Like, she was about to be a producer, like, come.
Yeah, move this along.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was just, I don't know. And then for Erin to then bring it all back to Brynn and saying, like, that's the cause of it, that she inserts herself and, like, embellishes and, like, made Jenna, like, fall out with her.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay.
Yeah, there is some math. It just isn't math.
I didn't quite understand that. And all going back to the car thing.
Yeah.
I'm calling her poor. Like, that's what did it. Like, Brynn inserted herself, said, oh, blah, 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 and then, like, ruined the French. I don't know.
I mean, maybe we're just ended up chalking this up to being one of those, like, first half of the season missteps that hopefully we'll forget about. But
it's a whole thing about stuff happening off camera, and we're confused when it's suddenly pops up on camera, but it's not fully explained.
Right.
There has to be more to it than Brynn said something and, like, made Jenna stop being friends with me, and now I think Jenna's fake because she's friends with Sai. Like, and she's not there for me, and I don't know.
Yeah, something doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
but overall, I think the show's moving along. It's moving forward. There is some fun moments, and that's I think what we look forward to in Housewives is fun moments of shade and just kind of over the top.
There are fun moments, and also I think the serious moment was Sai of, like, working stuff out with therapy, and then wanting to finally put her mother to rest, and then there's some humor in it towards the end, and that was a good moment, I felt, and the party was fun and ridiculous, and the drama was there, but
yeah, the drama was a little lacking, and so in those regards, for people who are like, oh, it's boring, yeah, if you're looking for nonstop drama, but
look to Salt Lake.
Yeah, look somewhere else. Even Salt Lake's getting a little confusing with this whole, like, who said what about Whitney? Like, I don't really care.
Alibaba.
Yeah, but I mean, they're moving things along. We're learning more about people. I think you get a night, like, you can't love or hate someone if you don't know anything about them. So seeing Ubah talk about what she talked about, seeing Racquel react to that, like, we're just getting kind of some learning people's, I wouldn't say limits, but they're kind of pushing the envelope on what it is they're sharing, and I think that's great. I think it's good to see that, and we'll be able to dig our feet in and decide who we like more or less. And because again, we loved Brynn last season, we still like her, but this episode, liked her fine.
I don't hate anybody. They might annoy me, but, like, I think everyone's totally fine.
But Erin confused me. Like, I'm not so diehard Erin. Like, last week I was like, Erin can birth my baby.
Yeah,
but this week I'm a little like, I don't know about that.
This week it's like you're too sensitive. Like, put your crab shell back on.
Yeah, you got a lot going on, and if I don't want you getting upset because Jenna Lyons doesn't call you, So
yeah.
But I put up with it.
That's Mary Cosby would say, win it.
So until next time.
Until next time.